Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing another cleaning video, but not from one but two road trips we took in this 2024 Subaru Ascent. And we've been traveling quite a lot. You can see the vacuum there, and we had 5 people with us, so that would explain why we got some sand in the third row. So we've been traveling to Washington DC for a week, which obviously did not cause this issue, but did build up some dust in the car. And then we traveled for a week. No, I'm sorry. I'm misspeaking. For a weekend to a beach in the state of Michigan. So there you go. Oh, this one is a power seat, so you can kind of see the sand and everything else. And yeah, that's what I was kind of talking about. So there's a layer of dust, there's a layer of sand, and even though I do not like to eat in the car, and I don't allow people to eat in my own car, which is just sitting next to it, I have to admit that when you're traveling with children, which we did, it's 3 adults and 2 children, feeding children and keeping them quiet is kind of important. Oh, you can look at that. So after the first road trip, which was a week long, I figured, you know what, I'll clean it. It wasn't that bad. But then we decided to take another trip on the weekend. Basically, it was like a week apart. And I was like, you know what? Why am I going to clean something that's I know is going to get even more dirty the following week? And you can kind of see the remnants of this. The biggest problem I see is these spots, and there's some on that seat too. Might even be some up here. It's slime. Now, when I was growing up, slime did not exist. We had some toys that could make a little mess here and there, but slime, although it's amazing and I like playing with it myself, slime does this. And I warned everybody involved that, hey, be careful with the slime, be careful with the slime. Well, of course, we have slime, and this stuff does not come out just like that. So no, I brought some tools with me over there, and we're gonna try to handle it. I got a vacuum, I got a few cleaners, I got, for the glass, I got for the dash and everything else, and we'll do some stuff for these floor mats. But in general, the slime, I have a suspicion that might come out like this. And now, no, we're not slobs, but at the same time, our daughter kind of threw up a little bit. This was about a year ago, and I think I mentioned that during my last video, is that I tried a few things there, obviously non-professional. I don't have all the tools that all these mobile detailers have, and the extractors and all the fancy skills. No, so I tried a few things, so that's kind of ate its way into the seat. Now, these are cloth seats, not the end of the world. We are planning on keeping this car for quite some time, so we're not afraid of getting it dirty. But I do like to keep my cars clean, even though it's no longer a brand new car. It's got some miles on it, obviously not a lot, and that Ford Fusion has more. But anyway, I'm afraid that these spots are gonna turn into that, where it just won't come out. But we'll try it. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, I'm gonna start by removing the liners, which are a godsend, and I still think that Subaru should have included them instead of me having to spend extra money on Amazon, buying them. But they are really nice. They're kind of keeping the stuff, pretty decently clean, underneath them, and keeping stuff contained within them. As you can see, or as you know, I don't have a garage. I don't have a fancy cleaning facility. It's literally going to be just me right here on the sidewalk. You got some other folks there that will kind of keep me company, of course. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm sharing with you the before. Let's see what happens after. All right, folks. So with the liners removed, you can kind of see that right underneath it is a pretty clean floor space. So they do a pretty good job protecting. You can kind of see here. Obviously, some stuff, especially for the kids, get missed, because that stuff is just about everywhere. But In majority of situations, you know, it leaves pretty small amount of stuff to vacuum. And I'm using my house vacuum because I figure it's not going to be, you know, it's nothing nasty. It's definitely, there's no liquids here. It's a pretty cool vacuum, actually. Should probably do a review on that because, like, as you vacuum this thing, it actually controls the airflow via the display. So if it's all blue, it's kind of light power, but then as you start sucking up some debris, it increases the power by itself. And as you can see, it's not, yeah, there you go, look at that. And it's not super loud. I mean, yeah, it's loud, of course, as a vacuum, but in general, it's not. So, all right, so I'll continue to work on this, and let's see what happens. All right, so we're getting down to some heavy stuff back here, because it's just all sand, and also on the carpet here, too. So, the cool thing about this vacuum is that it's got this motorized brush, and this is specifically for the upholstery. Now, it doesn't say specific for car upholstery, but because it's got motorized brush, I'm really hoping that it can lift the sand here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of wedge myself back here. Maybe I'll just sit on that other seat that was not occupied, and I'm gonna try and hit this carpet, and also maybe try to get some of this off of this seat too, because there's also some sand here. So let's see. Let me climb in there. Let's see. Now this is not a super small crossover, and I can fit back here. Now this seat obviously, you know, is moved. Oh, this one moved back. Oh, you know, it's got some decent room. It's definitely got more room than like the Mitsubishi, whatever the Mitsubishi is. I'm forgetting the name right now. Not the Montero, but God, I can't even think of a Mitsubishi car name, but I'll put a picture of it here. So it's definitely bigger than that. Possibly a little smaller than like a Highlander 7-seat, but anyway, I can fit just fine. So let's see how well this motorized attachment will do. Oh wow. So you can kind of see the vacuum is working hard, but then it kind of levels itself off, so not bad. I'll need to do a separate review of this vacuum because there's like a station there. It self-empties and everything, so it's a pretty cool thing. So let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Spreading my legs for the video. Usually people make a lot more money doing it, but I'm doing it for the cheap. Alright, let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, hey, it's doing it. Look at that. What about this? Yeah, I mean, look, it gets everything. So. All right, now can it get this? Here's the moment of truth. I don't think so. Well, let's try. I'm sorry for the shaky cam, but you know, vacuuming with one hand and trying to film in the other. Yeah, it's not gonna work. All right, so slime is extra slimy. But everything else, yeah, it's getting it. Okay. All right, well, good to know. So, yeah, so as far as like sitting back here, like keep in mind this seat is all the way back. Oh. Yeah, like I can fit here. It's not the most comfortable thing. I'm 5'11", but for somebody smaller, and the person who was sitting here in this seat, it was an adult, smaller, could fit here, no problem. And this seat can move forward, so there's like 2 positions. So as far as that's concerned, at least I'm glad, you know, that working out. All right, let me finish vacuuming and we'll go to the next. Alrighty, folks, with sweat rolling down my back, this is kind of the end product when it comes to the floor mats. Not the best job in the world. Some of the stuff I could not get rid of. In particular, I think it's our good old nemesis, the slime. Like right there. Now, yeah, I could scrape it, I could pick at it, I could bring out some heavy artillery, but at the same time, look, I'm not gonna do that because the little ones will keep on sliming. What I do want to try to get rid of is that. Now, oh, you can kind of see in the back. So I dusted it, I vacuumed it, I cleaned it, I did what I could with it. So I'm really hoping that for the seat we have this OxyClean. So who is that famous infomercial guy? Is that Billy Mays who brought us the OxyClean? Let's make sure I don't hit the neighbor's car. So here you go. Although Billy Mays is long gone, unfortunately. And look, they have a picture of like an old Fusion on here, very debadged, but that looks like a Fusion. So I've used this before. I mean, it's a pretty generic type of cleaner, but we'll see. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? So we're gonna shake it. Not sure if I have to like tear some sort of a seal or not. Let's see. There you go. All right. Oh, it smells nice. All right. Now, do I have to let it sit? I'm not sure. Directions: spray, wait 30 seconds for the foam to lift the stains, and then scrub. All right, well, I don't know if I put too little, too much, so it's always err on the side of caution. I don't think there's gonna need for anybody to sit here in the next, I don't know, 48 hours, I want to say. All right, I think 30 seconds has gone by. Scratch for scent. Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, let's scratch for scent. Well, it smells nice. Let's see. Oh, well, you know, it would be nice if this brush would actually be secured. Because when you do this, it flips. See, and this is one of those things where I wish I could say, hey, zoom in here, camera guy. But I don't have that privilege. I am the camera guy. And I am Billy Mays. And what's the other one? Vince Offer. Sorry, I know I keep pointing it to the wrong area, but here you go. Problem is, like, yeah, I know I could just scrape it this way and this way, but I'm trying to get it from the side because it looks like that's where it's gonna lift. So like this thing right here, right? That didn't do a single thing. Look at that. And I'm sorry for my foot. It did absolutely nothing. So you want to tell me that this is a bunch of baloney? Now these bristles, I mean, they are pretty tough. Yeah, like they Sorry, I didn't realize that I accidentally bumped the button and stopped recording. So I did with the first pass, and what I was saying is the bristles are pretty tough. So like scraping them with your finger kind of hurts, and then these are a little softer but more dense. So what I did was I'm trying pass number 2. So I put a little bit on that car seat, that's the throw up. And then I put a bit more for the second attempt. It's been way more than 30 seconds. Let's give it another go. Nothing. Like this thing did not exist. Nothing. Wow. So the power of OxyClean cannot... I'm sorry, I'm blocking with my finger there. The power of OxyClean cannot overtake the power of the slime. I think I can't see it because it's wet, but I think it's still exactly where it was before. Like right there, you see that? And also like right here. Nothing. Still there. Wow. All right. So it's safe to assume that this would still be there. Yeah, it's the same. So the bottom line is, so let this be a lesson to all of you who may not have kids yet, but who are thinking about them. Slime in the car, that's a big no-no. Maybe on a leather seat it wouldn't be such a big deal, but right here, at least this particular cleaner, nothing. Like it puts foam. I mean, it smells nice, and it probably got rid of some you know, some dirt. So let's see, while we're here, let's try this. See, now I'm really invested in it. There you go. I'm gonna let it sit for 30 seconds and observe an epic failure. Nothing, man. This one even has like some sort of a sparkle. I mean, the seat is quite moist. So, oh, look at that. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not like, you know, I'm not super upset. I realize that this car will get destroyed by the kids, but I'm like, man, you know. So that also means that if I spray that, like whatever that is, I don't know if that's somebody's booger, or is that like remnants of the slime that flew out like from down here, because maybe some of it got sparkle. Like I don't want to put that up on the ceiling, because I feel like I know it'll dry out and it won't show like it's showing now, but I also have a feeling that I might just smudge it all over the headliner, making it worse. So yeah, kind of disappointing. And another fact is that it's got black, you know, it's got the black interior, so that doesn't help. All right, let's try this. Now, this is like pure plastic on plastic action. I don't even remember where it was at this point. All right, well, I can't see anything. It's probably not meant for this, so I'll probably just need to take a towel or something and wipe it off. But as far as the actual point of this exercise was to get the slime off, no, you can still see all the spots right there. Still got some sparkles right there. Oh, this is still there. So yeah, I don't know what exactly it's made for. Pet stains and odors, car seat interior, food beverage spills, and a cargo mat. Well, cargo mat is fine, but yeah, I mean, maybe for smells and odors I agree, because it does smell nice, but as far as getting the slime off, forget about it. All right, I'm gonna need to start wrapping this up. Let's do one more thing here to wipe everything down, and we'll wrap it up. All right, folks, it is getting late, and it might actually start raining very soon. I already feel a few drops hit, so I kind of let the time kind of get away from me. So I hit all the surfaces with just this generic, citrus cleaner. It doesn't really matter what it is, but just a general cleaner. And I do swear by this one. You guys probably too. Invisible glass, really nice. I touched up the big display here. You can kind of see it. I want to do all the glass here, but you know what? It's getting dark, so I'm already tired too. Plus, I found some squishy toys underneath one of the seats, so there's that. But yeah, invisible glass, that does the trick. We've got a picture of a D badge. I think it's our RX-8 from Mazda. And I probably want to do something similar to this car, but I won't bore you to death, and I won't do it tonight because I'm already exhausted, and it's kind of humid and muggy, and it's actually getting dark. So yeah, this one for all the surfaces, the general purpose cleaner for everything else. This stuff I'm kind of disappointed at, but maybe I just underestimate the power of slime. Yeah, so nothing I did there I think did anything. It's gonna dry off. Yeah, you see it's already kind of looking very dark to film anyway, but yeah, it didn't do anything. So slime 1, myself 0. But in any case, that's kind of what I do with just keeping it clean. There's people who do it better. There's a way, obviously, taking it to the professionals. There's you can use a shop vac in one of those car wash places, but you know what, it rained really heavily today already, and it cleaned it off quite nicely. Yeah, I did just the interior. The exterior I'm not really concerned about. Same thing when I used to do with my Lincoln Town car. Like, I used to do all the leather and the surfaces, the wood grain, all that. Yeah, I used to do. By the way, these two are leftovers from the town car too. Same for the brush. The vacuum changed, but yeah. So in any case, this is keeping my Ascent, our Ascent clean. As you can kind of see, I got a little bit of garbage on the ground. Some Cheerios fell out. I think the squirrels will get it right there. And yeah, and by the way, there's another Ascent right there. So that's a limited trim. So it's got a few extra goodies. This is the base one, so maybe on the leather seats it wouldn't get slimy. But here it did. So, but in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see ya.